And we're live. And that's all the intro we're going to give them.
Here we go. We're drawing Lobo.
We are drawing Lobo. What's your exposure to Lobo?
You know, I don't know if I've read any actual comics that were straight up Lobo, besides for maybe some specials,
Yeah.
And he just pops up all over the place, and it's always pleasant. I like the character a lot, so it's he's been around a long time. He's actually been popular ever since I was just a kid.
Yeah, he's been around since 83. I wrote everything down. I'm gonna look. Yeah, 1983.
Yeah, I know he wasn't all that popular probably to begin with.
No.
And they redid his look. I don't know if it's Bisley that is really why he's so popular. Like maybe he wasn't popular until Bisley jumped on. I see him giving him his look, but I don't know if that's the truth of it or not.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't even know what prompted the new look and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because that didn't. I don't know. The look probably wasn't around in the early '80s so much.
The biker look.
It probably was though, wasn't it?
Probably, but yeah, from his original look to where we're at now, it's two different things.
Yeah, he definitely had more of a spaceman look to begin with.
Yeah, it's very generic. Oh, I gotta look up reference because I'm also drawing as I don't know, is the dog's name Dog or is it Mutt?
I don't know.
Because I was finding both. Clearly, neither one of us are well versed in knowing anything about this character.
He only seems to pop up here and there, and I don't even remember what race he's from. Is it like the Zarnians or something? Or
I think he's the last of his kind.
Yeah, that much I know.
Every character. Zarnian. So how did you know that?
But I don't remember the name of the dog.
Or no, Lobo's race? Is Lobo's a Zarnian?
Is it with the word Tsar in it, right?
I have no idea.
Oh, I don't know either. I thought you were saying I was right. I was oh, wow, really?
All right, clearly neither one of us are winning anybody over right now. Which is fine because I don't think there's anybody watching.
Zarnians. I'll have to look it up at some point.
What was your exposure? What was the first time you saw him? You saw Lobo.
I was definitely a kid. You know that Bisley cover where it's just his face? And he's got one eye bulging.
Yes.
I think it's issue 1 of his. I don't know if it's supposed to be ongoing or mini or what it was, but I always remember that. So I remember that when I was a kid. A good buddy of mine named his dog Lobo.
Did he?
Yep.
That's a good name for a dog.
Yep.
Maybe not so much of a cat.
Yeah, it's a cool dog.
Because I knew Lobo from the Superman cartoon show or the animated show.
Yeah.
It was voiced by Lou Garrett. Lou Garrett. I'm going with Garrett on that one.
Brad Garrett.
Brad Garrett. Yeah, Lou Garrett. Like Lou Garrett's a singer, isn't he?
I think he was a baseball player.
Oh,
Lou Garrett. Does no? What am I?
All right, let's just restart this entire thing.
We're just. It's like swinging at a pinata. We're just.
Yeah, screw it. We're drawing Batman again tonight.
Someone we know a little bit about.
Yeah, because that's the one you were
I love
referring
Lobo
to.
though. I mean, when he shows up, it's great. And he's a great Superman. I
Yeah,
don't know, rival. I guess
the
I
image
wouldn't
you're
really.
referring to.
You know, a great Superman rival. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's not really a villain. I don't know.
He's a switch hitter.
Yeah. He is cool. More recently, I mean, I haven't been caught up. I remember there was that a little bit after Rebirth, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he was on there.
Justice League crossover. And he
well-
kind of showed up, and he was cool.
He was part of the new that new Justice League that
He had the Batman Justice, basically the Outsiders.
Yeah, and I don't
basically
remember,
the outside.
I don't remember if Doug Mankey drew. I know Doug did the covers.
He did a cover. Yeah, he definitely did a cover.
But did he do in the interiors?
I think it was Ivan Reis.
Ivan Reis.
Yeah, Lobo is super cool though. I mean, I think a Lobo movie would be a lot of fun.
They did like a holiday movie like many years back. If that counts. Probably not.
It's right. There was an animated movie, wasn't it? Or was it?
No, there was a live action movie back they made back in the 90s.
Crazy.
With Andrew Bynarski, who was Chip from Batman Returns. And he was also Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre like remake movies.
Okay.
And he's that dude's an interesting guy if you ever get the chance to meet him.
He played Chip in Batman Returns?
Yes, the Christopher Walken's son.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can picture him easy, yeah. He played a good doofus type character.
Yeah. And then Lobo was on that Krypton series on Sci-Fi that got canceled.
Yeah. He did not look cool to me.
No.
I didn't see it like moving, like I just saw still photos. And I don't know, I was just like, it don't look cool. There's something about Lobo, I think, that maybe he's hard to do in live action. He's so... I mean, whoever's playing him's got to be just the biggest, most ripped. It should be like a wrestler playing him, you know, because he's just larger than life. It's probably going to be disappointing more often than not to see him on the big screen, just because he's, like I said, it's just larger than life kind of thing. So. Yeah, like when I think of Lobo, though, I can't think of any like real villains he has. I know he doesn't like Santa Claus or something like that.
Yeah, he basically pops up in
everybody else's title.
Yeah, he's I don't know. I think he's cooler than Deadpool.
I also, I agree on that. That's.
Yeah, right now, I think anybody's cooler than Deadpool. So tune in next week when we draw Deadpool.
I assume you've drawn Deadpool at some point in your life, right?
No. So I think that shows how much I dislike the character.
Lobo's kind of got a lot going on. I mean, just drawing this necklace.
Oh, you got
It's just kind of, it's complicated.
the Iron Cross.
He's always wearing this. I don't know what this means. So if this
Yeah,
is something offensive, is it something offensive? He's wearing it all the time, though.
It's see, the Nazis had it.
Okay, I did not know that.
But also, He-Man also had it, so I guess we're okay.
He's kind of in this picture. I'm looking at. You know, he doesn't have to wear it. Look at how much easier I make this drawing too. Just
hey, if I'm drawing it, you gotta draw it.
Oh, you've got it too.
But I gave it to the dog though.
Mine's been omitted.
All right, it's just us tonight. No Tom, so it's up to us to entertain the masses.
Yeah. Well, now we don't have Tom showing us up.
Now it's our time to shine. Now it's up to you to show me up.
No. I've been drawing with this like 2mm pencil. I don't know. It's hard not to draw with this thing. It's hard to draw with something else now. I've gotten used to it. Even though it's super dull right now, and I'm just gliding it around for fun. I like Lobo's wild hair, you know.
Yes. That's
People
like the one
draw
thing
it-
that throws me off is how to, like how do I want to draw it?
Yeah, it's been done so many different cool ways.
Because like the animated look is very simple.
We were talking about exposure to Lobo. Do you know what series I think I have the entirety of it. Before DC did the new 52, they had the 52 weekly series.
Yes.
Which was awesome. Such a good series. They had like 8 writers on it or something like that. Just like Jeff Johns and Greg Ruck and Grant Morrison and all sorts of people. But Lobo shows up in that, and he's got dreadlocks.
Yeah, they gave him dreadlocks in the in that Krypton show.
Yeah, so that's I think the first time he showed up with dreads. I mean, dreads make sense. I'm not really into dreads myself, and I think I'd rather draw them with the big rocker hair, you know.
Yeah, it works. The rocker hair works a lot better than, especially with what he's wearing.
Yeah, like there's something poser-ish about dreads with him, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not well, I don't think he's that type of character so much with the dreads.
Cultural appropriation.
Sure.
All right.
Well, it's, you know, let's just say I don't think he's. I don't know. I won't say on here. I don't want to say on here. Like Lobo's more of a. I don't know. Shut up.
I would just say it, Dan. Get my channel stricken.
Like he's more like I don't know. He's not a Dread guy. He's more
All right.
of yeah. Let's just put it that way. I don't think I'm making his hair big enough. I mean, you really go wild with this guy. Look at that. Oh, it's maybe too much.
I'd say puff it out just a little bit. Other than that, yeah.
You might not be able to see it too well.
Oh, I can see it.
it's
Tone it down, dude.
I went a little overboard. He's going full blown Goku or something there. Oh, there we go. I can dig that, I think.
Oh, what else can we talk about wonderful Lobo?
Well, you don't have more Lobo?
No, I'm
tapped. No, Lobo's great. How about what's up with DC Comics right now?
that's pretty
The
cool.
new news.
They're gonna
They
start.
said, you know, we're gonna just move on. We're gonna keep going. That's it.
Well, I'm kind of surprised that they, it took them like a crisis like this to get a distributor. That's what people were wanting like for like the longest time, and now it's like DC finally put their foot down. They're like, hey, you know what? We're gonna distribute our books through somebody else.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, like I'm curious
how other
like,
companies
how that
follow.
works
Like
out.
What's Marvel do now?
I honestly hope Marvel follows suit.
Yeah, it's like their competitors out doing their thing.
Well, they're friendly competitors. That's the other thing that
Yeah.
Let's see what you got there.
I never know what to do with leather jackets.
Yeah, I don't either.
There's just so many varieties of leather jacket. Buttons and studs and zippers and
thingamabobs.
Doohickeys. Gems.
Oh.
Have you seen Jim Lee's drawings that he's doing for charity?
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with those lately, but
they're pretty cool. I think they look swell.
I did see today was when I was at Target. There was a Lego set for the Wonder Woman movie.
Oh,
and it's the first time you get to see Cheetah that I'm aware of, anyways.
How dumb is it?
No, she looks.
She looks cool. Okay,
other
good.
than the hair, she looks like Cheetah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like she's got the spots and everything. I don't know where like the white hair is coming from, but
such a weird casting choice, Kristen Wiig.
Oh, I'm game for that.
I like her. I think she's funny.
Yeah.
I've never seen her in anything even halfway serious. But I think comedians are able to slide into drama pretty easy usually, actually. I mean, not all of them, but
Are you giving them the Superman logo?
yeah,
Nice.
that's my way out of it. I don't know why. I feel like Lobo likes Superman in some way. Isn't that weird?
Eh.
No, I do like Lobo whenever he shows up. And you know what? I remember saying it, and then shortly after they had a story where it seemed like he and Harley Quinn would, to me, likely have a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Was that in the Justice League Suicide Squad?
No, there was some comic where they were together though, like where they teamed up, and I feel like maybe that got addressed in that book. Because I mean, I don't know. It makes sense to me that they would have the hots for each other. Oh, that at least she would have the hots for Lobo.
No, she's just a crazy bitch.
Well, when she's written correctly, anyways. So are you gonna see Suicide? Or no, I mean Birds of Prey.
No. I heard it was terrible anyway, so it looked bad. I had no interest in it.
I hated Suicide Squad. Just
I liked it, but then after I got home and I watched it again, you see all its flaws and you don't accept them.
I remember going into the movie thinking, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. I know a lot of people don't like this movie, but I'm just gonna assume that I'm going to like it. And I couldn't maintain that assumption too long into the movie. It was like, I think, I don't know. None of it really worked for me.
Now, do you have hopes for the second one?
I like James Gunn movies. Did you ever see Slither?
No, that one I did not see.
Slither is a very good movie, and that's a James Gunn movie.
Yeah, like that was like his first big movie.
Yeah, it's got the dude from the heck is it from Firefly?
Oh, Nathan Fillion?
Yeah. And I think it's got the guy that, gosh, the guy that was in. It's hard to talk and draw at the same time.
I know it has
The guy,
um,
Zandu, Yandu.
oh, Michael Rooker.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he pops up in that movie.
Okay, because the lady that plays Pam on The Office, she's in it.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't that his wife at one time? Like they were married?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were married at one point. And that's my celebrity gossip news for the evening.
I love the gas.
Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah, I like gas on the gas.
Oh,
I do like Ryan Gosling. I think I've probably said that before.
maybe.
He's been in a lot of good movies. That dude gets the scripts. I don't think I've liked all of his movies or would like all of his movies, but
Did you see Drive?
oh, I love that.
That is a great movie.
I love that aesthetic.
And the soundtrack.
Yeah. Kavinsky. I even know the name of the guy.
But like this, like the soundtrack, the
The musical
music?
score.
Or not the musical score, the the music. How am I describing
Yeah,
it?
the synthwave stuff.
Yeah. That stuff.
Yeah, Kavinsky. Yeah,
That was,
I think is the name of the guy that did it.
but you also had like a few known bands in there too.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever actually heard the whole soundtrack or anything. And I actually like Albert Brooks as the bad guy. It's just good to see him in anything. I thought he was particularly creepy.
Albert Brooks.
I think I got the name right. Yeah.
Ron Perlman was the bad guy.
Albert Brooks is also a bad guy in it.
Was he the main bad guy at the very end of the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Gosling wears that stupid mask near the end of the movie that just looks like
For some reason I don't remember that.
That creepy Hollywood mask.
I don't know why I don't remember that.
Because remember he took it out. He put it on, and he met up with Perlman's character and took him to the beach or whatever. And that's when he beat him with the hammer, I think it was. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that.
Yeah, I don't remember some of the specific scenes in it. Another good one is a movie called Up. I probably have. Hopefully, I probably have some of the words wrong in the title, but I think it's called The Place Beyond the Pines.
Okay.
Such a good movie.
Never saw it.
It's got Bradley Cooper in it. Not that I'm much of a fan of his, but he's in it. It's got the guy that played um, not Norman Osborn, but his son,
James
Harry
Franco?
Osborn. Not Franco, but the guy that was in Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, Dale DeHaan.
I do not know his name at all.
Okay, well, we don't speak of the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
They
But yeah,
are really bad, but
he
he's
was
a
in,
really good actor.
yeah, he was in Valerian.
Yeah, he's got chops.
Did you see Valerian?
No.
Oh,
But
I like it. It's pretty good.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah, that also has Cara Delevingne in it. I like her too.
What movie are we talking about?
Valerian.
Oh, okay.
Other movie with Cara Delevingne that I that she's in that we just talked about.
Drive.
Suicide Squad.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
So, what do you think about the Snyder cut? Is that
no,
happening?
no. I think people just need to give up on that.
Yeah, it'd have to be one hell of a cut to fix that movie. I mean,
We need the Snyder cut. It's like, shut up.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those
They would,
things like just have to admit defeat.
they
The
would have
Justice
already
League
done it
movie
by now.
sucked.
Yes, it did. They would have already released it by now.
It's hard to accept, but that's the fact. Sometimes I imagine the world where the Justice League movie was awesome and the DC universe was just killing it.
And in that universe is Edward Norton still playing the Hulk.
That would be cool.
Because that would be, I would be down for that universe.
Yeah, I think it's too bad that he wasn't in the Marvel universe as it's kind of a bummer that what happened with the Hulk in Endgame. He was just kind of lame. You didn't get a good Hulk scene on it,
Yeah.
when they're all fighting. Hulk is just kind of
Progressive.
all maimed and
All right, back to Lobo.
yeah, I definitely. When he showed up in Superman, that was dope on the Superman cartoon.
Yep.
Like you're talking about.
Oh, I was talking
Don't
about
totally remember it, but I like that Superman cartoon quite a bit.
I haven't seen it in years.
I'm all just super focused on messing this up.
Yeah, it's easy to do that.
I guess I'm working a little looser this time around. I need to loosen up. That's my thing. Comes to drawing, anyways. Yeah, Lobo reminds me a little bit of Ghost Rider.
I was gonna say, he reminds you of yourself.
I wish I were so high testosterone. I wish I were Lobo.
Me too.
It'd be like this cool intergalactic biker dude. It'd be awesome.
Did you ever pick up like his one shots where like with him and the Roadrunner?
Oh no! Did you check that out?
Yeah. Kelly
Was that
Jones
cool?
Kelly Jones did the art. Of course it was
Oh
cool.
wow!
Yeah. Or no. Okay, so yeah, it was Lobo with Roadrunner, but it was Lobo with Wile E. Coyote.
You know, I like old school Warner Brothers, so I'd probably get a big kick out of it.
Yeah.
Remember the Warner Brothers store at the Mall of America?
I do. I love that store.
Me too. They had original art, like cells from animation cells there.
Yeah.
That was cool. It's probably the best thing ever to happen in Minnesota.
I bought a Superman hat from them when I worked out there.
Cool.
When I worked out at the mall, not when I worked at the Warner Brothers store.
Yeah.
It was a black and silver hat. I love that hat.
At the local cons, I sometimes see somebody sporting like one of the old school denim Looney Tunes jackets.
Yeah.
I just look at that like, oh, that brings back memories. Good times. I think those statues were sold off. They had statues there, the Justice League, that were about life size.
They
Just from about the thigh up or something like that.
Really? I don't recall those.
You don't remember those?
No, I remember Sharper Image had a Superman statue for like the longest time out there.
You see, I think they sold the statues off. And I might be wrong on this, but the world's maybe it's United. I don't know, the world's largest candy store in Jordan,
Yes.
Minnesota. I think they have it now.
Okay.
I might be wrong.
Have you ever been out there?
I've driven past it
I've
during
driven past
winter.
it too.
During winter when it's closed, and I'm always like, honey, maybe next summer, Mikey's a little older, we'll take him out here.
And she's just like, "Oh, I would love that. I would love that, my dear husband. I would love that too." And
Yeah,
then you guys just kind of
and
forget
we
about
never
it.
do it.
You never do it.
Well, this is our opportunity, but now it's not a good time.
Have you been to the Hot Comics down in Jordan?
I had no idea.
It's like about a couple of miles away. That was my reason to go to Jordan one day, just like on a random trip. And I went down there, and then I didn't even know about the candy store down there. And
Yeah, they got a tank now.
Jordan has a tank.
The candy store has a tank.
Okay.
I guess they got robbed, and they bought the tank as a deterrent.
Oh, geez.
So yeah, it sits out there.
All right.
It's kind of cool. It makes sense because I think somewhere out there they make military vehicles or something like that. So it makes sense. They're probably making the tank out there near Jordan somewhere. I've gone wild with this guy's hair.
Yeah, I did too. I gave mine like a George Michael hairstyle.
It's like it's a good opportunity to have fun and to go. I think I went overboard and I blackened some of this out. This is looking like a drink and draw right here.
Yeah, are you drinking right now?
No. It looks like it though, this thing.
Have you ever done like one of those drinking draws like at a bar?
No. It seems cool though.
Yeah, I did one years ago when I was doing caricatures. I fucking hated it.
Oh, really?
I went once and I was done. Like, I'm leaving.
This dude's got some hair issues. I might have to get some white out involved in this.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, to me, drinking and drawing never really. It doesn't really make sense to do that.
Oh, for like socializing.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
All right.
But like,
Now does it make sense?
yeah, now it makes sense.
Okay.
But not when no one will talk to you. Then it's
Jeez.
you're just sitting there trying. Like, why am I here? A bit of research here. So, who do you think would play Lobo in a movie?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't keep up with Hollywood. Who do you think? And don't say Jason Momoa.
Oh, a wrestler.
No,
No,
no. I hate that excuse.
it's got to be somebody huge.
Does it though?
Yeah.
What's wrong with like just slapping a big stupid like rubber suit on somebody? That's what I would do. If you're gonna make a ridiculous character, make him look ridiculous. You know?
You're thinking like Chickless as the Thing type.
Oh yeah. But like go overboard with the rubber suit though.
You know who shouldn't play him? Josh Brolin.
Oh yeah.
He needs to be cut out of comic book movies for a while. Take a breather.
Yeah, he's done quite a bit.
I mean, he's Thanos and Cable. So.
And he was Jonah Hex.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie.
Let's say that.
Gotta blacken more of this hair. He looking crazy. What I got on me here. But no, earlier about the dreadlocks, I was gonna say he's not like Lobo's not really a marijuana type guy. You know what I'm saying? Dreads is Jamaican pot. Like Lobo's more of a white trash, like crystal meth, crank, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's why he's got the cigars.
Yeah. Like so that's why the dreads don't make sense to me. I don't really think he rolls one up so much. And a cigar is just a cigar. That's what I was gonna say.
Well put.
I don't know what to do about all this hair. I think I gotta black a lot of it out. It doesn't look black. It looks like he's got highlights.
I'll just black it all out and then
I know. I could have saved myself a bunch of time just blacking it out.
take some white out or a jelly roller to it.
Yeah, I don't really like Jelly Roll that much. I have it. I use it, but
Why do you not like it?
it doesn't respond well enough to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes I'm going over it and over and over, and it's like I can't get a line out of this thing. I hate that more than anything. I'd almost rather have the pin just bleed out on the page and have to fix that than have it not right when I'm putting a stroke down, you know?
Yep.
Let it run. I used to know the head of a biker gang.
Really?
There was a female biker gang, and they were called Ma Bitches.
Is this a real story?
It's real.
Oh my god.
I don't think they're around anymore. The lady passed away,
So
for one.
how did you meet them?
Don't ask.
I am asking.
Family.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm guessing your mom's side?
No, not that closely related. Okay, her looks a little better. I think even more black. Most of this video is just me blacking in this dude's hair. Did you ever see the movie Stone Cold?
No.
Gosh, what is the name of that actor? That's a good biker action flick. Gosh, what is the name of that guy? Boseman, something.
Oh, Charles Bronson.
No.
No?
He's a blonde dude who is just huge. And gosh, I wish I could remember his name. That was back in the day when you'd have these action movies and the dude would just be some big buff guy. Just, definitely just beating the heck out of people. Good times.
Takes his woman, just says, I'm taking
Yeah,
her.
exactly.
And she's like, okay, but I'm going to make you work for it. And then he's just like, no, I'm not. I'm not working for shit. And then she just kind of like gives in.
Or like she's got a thing for the head of the mafia or something like that. That's his girl.
Yeah, like in The Mask.
Yeah.
And then, did you ever read the Lobo Mask series? The one shot? I think it was a one shot.
No, that
Oh
sounds
yeah,
awesome though.
yeah,
Did Mankey draw that?
he did.
All right, now
Yeah,
I have to get it.
I brought it all back. There's one of I don't remember if it's Lobo Mask or if it's Lobo. Yeah, it's the Lobo Mask stuff that is just hard to find. The Lobo Hitman issue is pretty easy though.
Yeah, those are some comics I wouldn't mind reading.
I came across a Lobo Mask a couple years ago down in Chicago. The guy wanted like $40 for the issue. I'm like, dude, it's not even worth that much. And I had to show him. I had to show him the eBay prices and what it was going for in the guide, and it was like nowhere close to what it was.
Well, now you notice me when I'm about to leave.
Oh, sorry.
What's up, Tom?
What's up, dudes?
Surprise guest appearance. How long were you waiting there?
Like 18 minutes?
Were you serious?
No, like
Oh,
5
shut
minutes.
You could have drawn 2 cards in that time.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I had to walk the dog and do other business. So sorry about today. How long are you guys staying on for?
I don't know. Probably about another maybe half hour, maybe.
Oh, perfect. I won't be drawing Lobo though. I got to do other stuff. But
Oh.
We'll chat with you if you'll still have me.
Oh yeah.
And I haven't figured out my camera setup anyway, and it was a pain last time to do. So not as professional as you guys apparently. Sorry.
Tom, I'm sure you've worked on something with Lobo in it.
Yes, I have.
Right.
Green Lantern, New 52 Green Lantern had some Lobo in it.
Oh, I think I remember that.
I can actually put Lobo, now that you mentioned it, on my little credentials of characters I've worked on. So yeah, I have.
Was that the New 52 version or the biker version?
This is the good version.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
That was such a misstep.
What, like, I never really paid attention what happened with that after they like released the design, or if he made the announcement. Like, what happened way back then? I mean, obviously, it wasn't popular.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I actually read it, but I know this rock star version got in a fight with the what would you call it, Twilight version or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think the Twilight version took off the biker version's head.
Really?
But I was not really into the New 52. I actually stopped reading DC at some point.
Yeah.
And then when they did Rebirth, I was super excited.
Okay.
And I really liked that stuff a lot. But then Heroes in Crisis came along and undid all the cool stuff they just fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of end up losing interest again.
Yeah, I think that to me, it seems to me more common than not. Is sometimes. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. I think a lot of hardcore like comic book fans and I was at one point. We go in and out in waves and phases. But then,
Yeah.
like, you can't all be Jeremy Peerboom or, 100% OG for life. Well, that's not a bad thing. I mean, I honestly, I wish I had that passion. I think part of it, too, is working in the business so long. Before I broke in, I was just like any other hardcore comic book fan. And then once you break in, you kind of like you get a peek behind the curtains and see how the magic is done. And kind of like you get jaded to it. I got jaded to it. I mean, there are still obviously professionals there that are just as hardcore. And to them, this is like a dream job. And don't get me wrong, I really enjoy my job, but it becomes work at times.
Yeah, I from my limited experience, I know what you're saying. I'm not as big of a fan as when I was a kid, and there's something about knowing the insides of the business that sours you a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't know if sour is the right word, because in some cases it's not so much sour. In some cases it's just like, well, it's not as exciting as you built it up in your head. Before you.
Yeah, because it is work. It's like, oh well, now I actually have to draw out that idea.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until you have to draw a bunch of like pedestrians down the street and trees and cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I wish I loved, drawing all that stuff. But if it was me, then I would just do nothing but like single panel, like single character action poses all the time with no background.
That's why I like some of that, like Youngblood and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was fun. So I picked up a lot of that stuff too. Who didn't?
Yeah, I don't know. There's some. I sometimes like seeing an artist be. I don't know the tricks they use to not draw stuff and.
Oh yeah.
Still make it work somehow.
I use those tricks constantly in my work.
Yeah.
It's not just from looking at other people's stuff. I mean, it's working with Doug. Like I picked up a lot of tricks, and then he would show me some tricks and stuff too. So, one interesting thing that Doug and I briefly spoke about, like we were like looking at pages, and he might not even remember this because, Doug just kind of, the stuff that Doug does, he doesn't even think about.
Whereas he's moving so fast.
Lesser artists like us, like, we kind of have to self-analyze like what we put down on the page where he's on automatic pilot mode.
Yeah.
But I remember we're, looking at some, it might have been when I was with him on Green Lantern. No. Okay, so then what? Okay, there's two tricks I remember talking in particular with him. One is when we were on Man of Steel. And one issue we had to do was one of my favorite issues I've ever worked on, actually, was it was a single issue storyline. And it was about a kid and a dad and this like big lizard in the Man of Steel. In fact, the cover was Superman kind of shielding these two kids from the lizard behind him, big giant lizard. And I liked it. I like really simple single contained issue stories like that.
Yeah.
And in a lot of the panels at the time I was inking, I just kind of know, I was like, Doug, like a lot of these like shots would have taken forever to draw if you didn't hide the monster in so much shadow and blacks. And then the parts that actually show, the highlighted parts, the very little highlighted parts, you like draw so much detailed scales on it that you kind of fake the viewer into thinking that the entire thing is supposed to be hyper detailed. It's like, yeah, that's, it's like, I mean, to do that instinctively as an artist, but when you actually look at it from an objective view as to how like other non-artists would see it, it's like totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And then another trick too I learned is like you get the long vertical panels, like stretch from the top all the way to the bottom. There you go. That's the one, Jeremy. So, I mean, look at how much of his is in shadow. You just see the head. But I mean, there's even better examples inside the book, right? But another trick too is vertical panels. The ones that are like next to each other, you know what I'm talking about, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So vertical panels, you actually end up drawing a lot less than horizontal panels. But because it's vertical and the way it's so skinny.
Yeah,
like
because
it makes the viewer think that there's a lot of stuff going on in that panel when you're actually not drawing a lot at all.
yeah, because naturally a vertical shot too, if you have a background in it, you're gonna be catching not the horizon like the way things are laid out, like a room is laid out
Exactly.
horizontally.
Yep.
So yeah, I know what you're saying.
You talking like these ones here?
Probably. I could barely even remember some of those pages. I don't even know if I remember inking them. I know I did them, but it's so when you go so far back, like I can't even remember some of this stuff. I mean, people will show me comics and like pages and stuff that they got, and I'll be like, man, I don't even remember inking it. Like that page on the right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of shadow stuff, but I don't know. I can't even tell. Man, it's been so long. I barely even remember some of these panels. No, wait, not that one. That's not the one. That one that you pulled up on screen. I thought that's one that you were looking at.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I brought that cover up, but this one just happens to be on my table here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So did you know Doug when he worked on any of those Lobo Mask or Hitman issues?
Oh yeah.
Because I think the Hitman issue came out in like what 2000.
Oh well. I started working with Doug at the end of 1996.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so when the Lobo Hitman came out, that was literally the summer before I broke into comics. So it was that year I broke in. And or maybe it was 1 year before I broke in. But regardless, that was the issue where I was like, hey Doug, you should let me ink you sometime. Because by then I had known Doug for 4 years.
Right.
So I remember I was like, Doug, I can ink you. Let me ink you sometime. He's like, yeah, you think you can do it? I said, yes, I can do it. So he made photocopies of a bunch of his Lobo pages for me. God, I wish I might still have them at my parents' house, the pencils of the Lobo Hitman. And back then, it was funny because back then, inkers, when they had to ink over, do their portfolio or had to submit their portfolio, they inked on this vellum, which is almost like tracing paper. It's a little tougher than tracing paper. But you put it on top of the pencils, and then you ink on the vellum. That's how you were able to see. So that's what we did. And
I did not know that. That was standard?
Yeah, that was standard.
I had no idea.
So then, I inked a few pages, and he seemed to really like it. So he gave me some more pages and stuff to practice my brush on and stuff. And that's when I really got super hardcore into like really refining my inking technique with a brush. I had always inked with a brush because ever since I met him when I was 15, he told me this is what we ink with, and he like showed me like a big brush and then a bottle of ink, and I'm like, it blew my mind because I was inking with ballpoint pens. So ever since then, I inked with a brush. In fact, I should go back and dig out some of those drawings when I was 15, 16 of me just inking with nothing but a brush to practice. And I'm really thankful for that. Learning when I was so young with a brush. But yeah, so that's how that started. And then I guess, like a little less than a year later, he was going to work on Major Bummer, his first regular work with DC, not just like a 1 or 2 shot. And he's like, hey, you want to try out for this? This is your chance. I'm like, yeah. So I was the only non-paid guy. I think there were 6 or 7 other guys that tried out. I believe they got paid to try out. I didn't. And I was the only non-pro to try out. So.
Well, that's a cool origin story.
Yeah. I think I might have. I told that story several times. I might have told it on my YouTube channel, I believe, as well. But It's funny how everything, like the way people break in, is so different from each other. Because the way I broke in is totally like not the normal way. In fact, it is the most unnormal way almost possible.
Did you hear about DC Comics, Tom? That they're gonna start releasing books again at the end of the month?
You know, I saw something today. Someone said that they've chosen a new distribution or something like that. I didn't read it though.
Yeah, I think they got 2 different people they're going to be using.
So I think that's great. At the same time, I just read something. Someone posted that Diamond is now going back to distributing like next month.
Yeah.
But I wonder if like people are so soured by Diamond that they even care anymore. But I don't know.
Yeah, DC seems like they're over it.
Yeah. So I wonder if Diamond's announcement was because of DC. If they like freaked out, or I have no idea. It's just
Yeah, we'll see what Marvel does now. If they're going to use the same distributors or what the heck happens now, I don't know.
Because no matter who DC goes with, man, I mean, people are going to buy the comics.
Yeah.
You know, if anything, I got the impression that people were kind of sick of Diamond being the monopoly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to support wherever DC goes with. I did not. Did you guys get your stimulus check yet this week?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not. So then I
That
registered,
sucks.
but I don't know if they had my direct deposit information, so I entered it 2 days ago. And then I checked my status, and then it said that it's pending, but I am eligible, so that's
Nice.
So I'll get it sooner or later, but I'm kind of nervous because they said most of them have been sent out, but I'm in the minority.
Yeah, the day we got ours, we went to Lian Chin, the one in Egan.
Yeah.
Because they have a drive-through.
Oh, you celebrated with that?
We were not the only ones. That drive-through was completely crowded.
Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'll probably order some pizza or something like that, and I might get a new might get a tiny new watercolor set just or something, but I don't want to blow it. You know, I just want to just treat myself to something a little bit.
You should update your bidet.
Wow, it doesn't need updating. It works great.
No, get one that blasts hot water.
Oh, hey man,
I wish I had a bidet.
that's such a first world problem.
Do you have one of those? I forget what they're called. It's because you said it's cold water. It attaches to the side of the toilet.
Mine is the version where you actually replace the toilet lid itself.
Oh, you got
so mine is an actual bidet
fancy
into a lid, and you just take the lid that's existing off your toilet. You just replace it with this one, and it's amazing. Got off Amazon for $110. Probably one of the best $110 I've ever spent.
Yeah, we just replaced our toilet, and I'm regretting not getting like something cool like
a bidet.
You really good, man. I can't go back to not having one. I can't. It's like so amazing.
You will never have a more fresher butthole.
Seriously, man, it's like I never thought like an everyday occurrence when I'm not in the shower, my butt would feel just as clean.
Yeah.
As I get showered. And I'm like, why is America so behind other countries around the world? Like, you have a lot of European countries and Asian countries. They got bidets everywhere, like it's normal. But then, like, you hear of their tourists coming here, and then they'll like complain about like how dirty we are. It's like, how can they live without like, having a bidet? They got to wipe dry and shit. And I'm like, you know what? They're right. After being over in Asia several times, I'm like, they're not wrong.
There are times where just like, you get done wiping your ass, you're just thinking to yourself, there's got to be a better way.
Exactly, right? You're right.
Yeah, we got some toilet paper right now that is not the best. It is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the interesting side effect of having a bidet that people don't really think about right away. Is that you actually save money in toilet paper in the long run.
Yeah,
So
you're right. You probably actually save it. I mean, probably doesn't take that long to.
no, because it's all because the bidet, at least the one I have, it's so powerful that like really the toilet paper, all you're using is just to pat dry. You're not literally cleaning and scrubbing it.
I'm sold.
No, seriously, I could whenever you're ready, just let me know. I'll send you the link to the one that I have, which is only $110 for the complete system. It's not electrical. It uses the power of your sewage system, like your water system. to do
That's
everything.
cool.
So
My wife would love it.
yeah, and this one is like it's for men and women, so it's got two spouts, so it's great.
So it's got like a back shooter and a front shooter.
Yeah.
I've only used the back shooter.
No, you like the feeling of the front shooter.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, I might play with the front shooter for a little bit there.
Tickle your balls a bit.
Yeah. Hell, if I'm paying $100, I better get my balls tickled.
Right. So, Jeremy, it looks like starting tomorrow, social distancing measures are going to be phase 1 relaxed. Not the distancing part, but the shelter in place. That's probably a better, more accurate way to describe it. I don't know if you heard that.
And no, I don't really pay attention to any of that.
So the governor is allowing things very slowly to open up, like hiking and golfing ranges,
Oh,
and like fishing and hunting and boating and stuff. And so as long as you kind of maintain the 6 feet thing, but it's not going to be as strict as far as you got to stay in your home unless it's essential. Right?
yeah.
And so on Twitter, I responded to Clutch Hitters, the batting cages. I said, "Hey,
Oh, yeah.
does this include you guys?" And they said, "Well, the city turned off their electricity until next week." So they said they're going to try. They're going to try and see if they can be allowed to open, which means that we can resume batting practice, which to me sounds like heaven right now compared to the last month and a half. I don't know. Does Dan, do you do anything like that? Do you do anything like sports or physical activity or anything?
I should do more. I was never too good at baseball, to be honest.
Yeah.
I used to play a lot of football and back in my teenage years.
What?
You'd fit right in.
But
Jeremy doesn't play baseball, and now he's into it. But he and I are into it more for the exercise part, for the fun. It's like playing
you
pool.
said that's a batting cage?
There's an outdoor batting cage in Bloomington.
See, that would be fun. Batting cages are fun. I mean, that's just...
Yeah, so like the way I look at it, it's just like pool and bowling. I like playing pool and bowling, but I suck at both.
Yeah. So I think a batting cage would be a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, and it's good exercise. Like Jeremy and I would do it, last summer. We tried to do it every week or every other week just for fun, and then we just grab like a cheap fast food bite to eat afterwards.
Yeah, that sounds fun, actually.
So you're more than welcome to join us when it happens.
Yeah, hit me up, man. I'm down. You hear that, Jeremy?
Yep. Noted.
You guys can watch me strike out big time.
Hey, happens to everyone. Yeah. There's like hardcore softball teams, like nerds and kids, that do better than I do. Like they're super hardcore. Like
I
that.
bet once you get you know, once you get your just a piece of that ball, I bet you just crush it.
It just
You know,
depends on,
yeah,
like, yeah.
because
But
you
yeah, I
bench
mean,
like,
I've been known to crush it out of the stadium every now and then. Sure.
yeah, yeah, man. I bet it's probably kind of cool just to watch you crush a few too. Like, damn.
Well, just when you sit on the
Well,
bench, watch. Look how you're
you
going
played in high school.
What was that?
Did you play baseball in high school?
I did. Not for the high school team, but I did play traveling baseball 1 year in middle school, and then like as I got towards high school, I just played like city league, like baseball. But and then here's a fun fact: in 2007, I played for a year for Carver for the city league team for the town
Oh,
ball
that's
league.
cool.
So I was like real bats and balls and everything too. So that was my sad attempt at a comeback, but.
I know the Twins do like tryouts, or at least they used to back in the day.
They still do. I mean, I've been pleading with them. I mean, I'll take 100,000 a year. You guys need me. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like talking
that
to
would be awesome, huh?
like you guys don't even have to pay me the league minimum, which is like what, like almost about a million or something like that. I forgot. I'll be happy with a measly 100K.
Yeah, I used to love to play football, and back in the day, I remember in my 20s getting mad watching football, saying, if I ever got that growth spurt, I would be playing with them right now.
Like one of my like 15-year-old comic book creations was this like loser character called the Shadow Lord. I gotta find that. I think I have scanned somewhere. I gotta upload that. That's hilarious. Make a PDF of the comic I made, and it's literally like a ninja dude, and his origin is exactly the same as Spider-Man's origin. Like his uncle got shot, and he just wanted like revenge, so he became a ninja, and he went to the costume shop just to buy a bunch of ninja stuff, and then he became the Shadow Lord. So dumb. It's like the dumbest thing ever. And
You never know.
Yeah, and his occupation is like normal day job when he's not the Shadow Lord, is he's a Minnesota Twins baseball player. It's so dumb.
That's so Minnesotan right there.
I would have called him switch hitter.
Switch hitter. I actually was a switch hitter when I played.
Oh,
I actually, you could argue that actually was a better left-handed hitter than I was a right. Left-handed for average, and then right for power.
no, it's not the switch hitting I was referring to.
It's okay, man. It's okay to be bi-serious, dude. Right, Jamie?
Do you guys ever use Copic multi-liners?
Yeah, dude.
I have one, like just like a simple black one, but I don't have a whole array of them to actually do a full piece with it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about them. But
Yeah,
I'm no good with Copics, or not Copics, Microns. I'm not good with those either. So
the liners, I mean, they have a weird feel to them to me, but it's only because I've been using Microns for so many years. But the liners, like, I think it might have been the paper I was using too. They seem to bleed a little bit more. I was doing a sketch cover actually.
You're right, because they bled on me on the S symbol here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I tried to erase it, and
so they don't
maybe I just had to let it dry a while. I don't know, but
right. So they don't seem to have the clean fast drying ink that the Microns. I mean, I love their markers, but the multi-liners, I still don't really. I'm not sold quite yet.
Tom, when you're inking, do you ever feel like there are lines that are too small? Like no one's ever gonna, like the printer won't hardly print it anyways.
Yeah, and I've seen it. I've seen it in other people's art when I got to see the originals up close, and yeah, I mean it's one of those things. I think I spent the first 2 years of my career trying to figure out what's the smallest point rapidograph I could get away with before, and then and then I got really obsessive with when the issue came out. I would like compare, look at the lines because I knew which lines I used with the smallest rapidograph point, which is often my finest lines anyway, and just to see how well they'd show up. And I think I came to the conclusion that the smallest line that showed up is the that showed up well for me. I think it's the pink. It was like a pink tip, and it was like, okay, so here's the smallest I use currently, which is the tan. It's a light tan, and it is a 0.25. I mean, these numbers mean nothing. It's just so you know what's bigger and what's small.
What kind of marker is that?
Well, this is a rapidograph or Kona.
Okay.
And I use these mostly to rule panels and for text stuff, but you can use it to draw, but it's not flexible. I mean, you literally have to buy a set of fine to thick and then just like ink with those. But they're not practical to ink, in my opinion. Although I do know inkers who use a lot of rapidographs. But I mean, it's refillable cartridges. You use pure India ink. Like I use, Universal Ultra Draw or Universal Black. It's made. You can find these at any good art store. I've been using these my entire career for tech stuff. These are unbeatable for tech stuff. And these glide across the page, and then the ink just smooth, just flows right out of it.
Maybe that's what I need is give me some repeatographs.
Yeah, they're expensive, but they're worth it. Like these last me my entire career. I might have replaced it once, some of the sizes. But you take care of them, they last your entire career. I mean, they are like hardcore, like a technical inking type of pen, and a lot of people do a lot of technical illustration and architecture. They use it.
You know your stuff.
Well, I mean, it's just
I've been doing it since '96.
Dude, when I was a kid, like when I worked at Burger King, and then when I went through face painting and caricatures. Man, I spent all of my paychecks and money on going to the art store and buying all these different pens. And art materials and paints, because I got into airbrush too. So I had all these different brushes and paints, and I even went through a few airbrushes, canvases, and stuff. I blew so much money. I was such an art nerd. But it's funny because I get older now, and I just kind of narrow my tools down to just a few that I know work well, and I just stick with it because you just know what lines they do. You know exactly what to expect from them. If you get so caught up in using different tools and wait, what are you using? Or you're trying all these tools. One, you'll never get really good at one tool. You'll never master it. And number two, you end up just spending so much more money that you could save.
Yeah, and all the time experimenting, it's like there's no time for that.
No, but I kind of used my job as an excuse to experiment. So I kind of learned on the job, so that way I'm not wasting any extra time.
Also, a good place to experiment is in college.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I get it, man. Trust me, man. I get what you're saying, dude.
Yeah, I think there is a certain size of line that I think looks good. Reproduced on the comic page.
Yeah.
I do see some Anchor stuff. It gets so thin. I'm like, dude, why are you even doing that? Like it's just. I mean,
Yeah,
I do
I
the
think
same
part of
thing. I
it's
put too
added.
much detail in and stuff like that. But
I think a lot of it too is for the art collectors, the original art collectors.
yeah.
Because I think some of these inkers in like I'll give you an example. So Tim Townsend, right? So he's a friend and he's one of the best inkers out there. And he
Oh
was
yeah.
saying like we're talking about some Chris Pacello page that he was inking. And he was like people were talking about this is online about like how nice the inks look and the lines look, and then he said, "Guys, you got to see the original. So much got lost." And I've seen some of his originals, and he's right, man. There is some stuff that you will never see in the print. The print's just not capable of that finer resolution. But I think it's more for the art collectors who collect that stuff, because then they have something so special that like you have to see it in person to believe it. But
Yeah.
sometimes I get carried away inking digital, going too small, because
Oh
digital,
yeah. Gosh, you
you have
zoom
like the
in.
unlimited zoom, and
I
you
could
can't
never get
really,
my stroke down digitally.
yeah.
It's so good, anyways. Not like how on paper. Like it just never felt quite right. Like as far as doing, feathering and stuff, I just
It takes a bit.
couldn't quite get it to where I want it to be.
It took me
Easy
a
enough.
while.
Yeah, it's something like I don't want to abandon it because drawing digitally is almost a must nowadays. I think, like, because people want you to the jobs that come my way. It seems like a lot of times they want it penciled and inked,
What do
and
you
it's
mean?
hard to find a good inker. You know, I I think there's less and less good inkers in the business. So it's just like,
I think so. Well, I get what you mean. I think as like people are dying,
yeah,
there will be less inkers in the business because it's moving away from that.
yeah,
Pencilers are inking their own stuff. Some are still going straight to colors from pencils in some cases. So yeah, I mean, inking as a form, especially as a viable way to make a living now, like I don't really recommend it. And I've had this conversation with a couple different inkers too. It's like, man, nowadays I would not even recommend someone trying to like get into inking 100%.
yeah,
Do it for fun or do it as a supplement to trying to break in as an artist. General. Now you break in as a penciler or an artist in general, not as an inker. It's hard. The only surefire way to break in is if you have a penciler friend who's got enough clout that says, "Hey, I want you to ink some of my stuff." To me, that's the best way to break in, and it's not so much. It doesn't matter anymore if you're good enough to ink or not. It's just not a lot of, like I said, more pencilers are just inking their own stuff, and they can do it almost as fast. And in some cases, they're getting paid less than if you paid a penciler a full rate and an inker a full rate. So it's a win for everyone in that sense.
So, what are your thoughts about Lobo?
Um, I don't mind.
Be-
I don't. I mean, as long as it's the biker Lobo.
you like him more than Harley Quinn, anyways.
I don't know. I don't really read either of them. I like Harley Quinn because she's hotter. She's a female character. But Lobo's a cool, badass character, so I don't really. I'm like the wrong guy to ask this stuff, man. Because like I don't really read comics anymore. Very little.
Well, what are you doing in here then?
I know. I don't have enough nerd cred.
I'm just kidding. Hey, do you have one of those Lobo prints handy on you that you could show off?
I don't. Yeah, I do actually. That will count,
There
right?
we go. I just don't want to go digging for mine.
I did this 4 years ago at Southdale Mall.
Awesome. Oh, dude, that's tight. At Southdale Mall.
Yeah, it was actually a commission. So then occasionally I'll meet up with another friend of mine, Rob, and we'll meet at Southdale for lunch, and then we'll just like sit there in the food court and we'll just draw. I like drawing at malls and food courts. I like drawing at coffee places, any place but home.
Yeah, it's got a con like feel, I would think, drawing at food court.
I just seem to be
You
more
get all that like ambient noise.
Yep,
people chatting.
exactly.
And you're
I don't
putting
know,
on
some-
a show.
Yeah, do people see that's one thing. I mean, when I was in high school and whatnot, sometimes you'd be drawing and then the other kids in the class would start staring at what you're doing, and then once you'd end up having, I would end up having like a group of people sitting there watching me draw and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I don't really
That's-
care for that part.
Yeah, like, does that happen?
It does, but you know,
Because that gets to be a little bit like,
it gets old. But you have to get used to it. But no, I just do it like you said, just for the ambiance. Like I seem to like focus more for some reason. Like I did that for my barbed wire run. I went to the mall and I would just, even by myself, and I would just like
I have
lunch there, and I would just sit all afternoon and I would just ink a page.
I have to start doing that because my son is not letting me get anything done around here.
Yeah.
I need to get out of this house and
Put him in a
draw.
timeout.
Yeah, he's just not quite old enough to understand, to leave me alone a little bit. He sees it as an opportunity to climb on me and all this stuff.
That's how I feel about you sometimes, Dan. Like you just don't want to leave me alone.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to have to start staying up late at night and working while he sleeps. Maybe I should try tonight. Try staying up late because waking up early is not working out for me anymore. Drink some coffee.
Yeah, like even with a new puppy that needs a lot of attention, and you gotta like watch. I gotta watch her so then she doesn't pee and piss, and I got all over the apartment and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I have to like start and stop all the time. It's hard for me to get like a consistent,
Yeah.
So when the puppy sleeps is the best time for me to work.
Maybe I'll put some gray tones on this or something, or some red in the eyes. I could color the S on his chest.
You already done?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have to take this anywhere farther.
Damn, dude, we've basically finished at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, throw some red in there. I was gonna do the same thing.
All right, I gotta walk away and grab my marker. I don't know if it's worth it though. If I go out there, I might not be able to come back in. Speaking of the boy, maybe I'll go try to nab my markers quick.
So what you working on tonight, Tom?
Working on a cover for a comic.
Like a professional comic or one of those sketch covers?
Professional comic. But maybe I'll tell you off screen.
Is it that thing you sent me a picture of?
I forgot what I sent you a picture of, but probably not.
Involving an actual real person?
Possibly.
Okay. Cool.
I drew it yesterday, and I'm just inking it tonight. And I am using microns at the moment, in case you're wondering.
So did you have tickets for San Diego this year?
Well, I had an Artist Alley table.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a sense, I had a badge.
Okay.
You know, I was supposed to go to that. San Diego
Oh, yeah?
this year.
Did you have a?
It's
you have
funny,
a
the
badge?
1 year I'm supposed to go, of course, it's canceled.
Did you already have a badge and everything?
No, but
We don't
That
need
doesn't
no
seem to-
stinking badges.
yeah. My dude seems to be able to circumvent certain things.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Was he like the agent group or whatever you're with?
Yep. Yep, with them.
Nice.
I hope those guys are doing okay. I know they do go to all the cons and
Well, yeah, that's
just really screwing things up for people. You know, like I said in the past, to me, it's all new to me, so I'm not too disappointed, but it is disappointing. I just want the comic industry to survive right now, so it's like,
well, yeah. I mean, I'm losing a pretty good chunk of income this year from all the cancellations.
yeah.
San Diego was a big blow.
So, I've never done San Diego before, but it sounds like it's like it works out pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you have your up and down years, but in general, that's probably the one safe show that I know I can make a decent amount of money at. It's hard not to make. I always say it's hard not to make money if you can at least get your table paid for,
Yeah.
because you win by just the sheer amount of volume of people. Like there's no way you won't make some money. Is how I look at it. But if you have to pay in, you'll still make decent money, but you'll probably break even, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Especially at that show, it's so expensive, and the hotel costs and the travel costs and the food and everything. Breaking even is still an amazing win. So, but I have Artist Alley, so thankfully I don't have to pay for that table.
Yep, and they canceled the local con.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. But
No, I mean, you can't really be surprised, but
no.
It sucks. Free Comic Book Day was also another pretty decent day for me. That's canceled. Fanboy Expo, the other big show for me, is typically in July, right before San Diego Comic-Con. That's not canceled. That got pushed to, I think, September, which is good. So that's still on for now.
Yeah, there were some shows I was excited to do. Like, I think I was maybe going to do Heroes Con I've heard good things about that one.
Yeah, Keith has been trying to get me to do Heroes for at least a couple years now.
I forget where's he out at? Is he Nebraska or something crazy? I want to say.
Who?
Keith.
Keith is in Connecticut.
Connecticut. Oh, okay. How long have you known him for?
Let's see. We met in 2005 at San Diego Comic-Con. But we have known each other for at least a year before that online. We used to be a part of this Yahoo group when that was a thing. It's a Yahoo Inkers group.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's how I met Keith and Tim Townsend and some of these other guys, Mark Irwin.
Townsend's worked on about everything over the years.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
You all done there, Dan?
Yeah.
Just about.
Yeah, I'm done. Just adding a little, trying to add a darker shade onto the. Well, it wasn't an hour, but
Yeah, we'll try again next week.
yeah.
Any parting words?
Well, are we done?
Yeah.
Not much, man. Just keep the lead burning, man. Keep trying.
Yeah. Anything you want?
I just say thank you, Jeremy, for having me on, and it's
Yes,
lots
thanks
of
for
fun.
letting me.
It always is a lot of fun.
Thanks for letting
Tom,
me.
it's
come in
always
late.
great you showing up too, and it's a lot of fun. It's
Sorry,
the highlight
Scott.
of my week.
It's a nice break. I wish I could have joined earlier, and maybe we'll try again next week.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
Why only once a week? Why not every day?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm down.
Yeah, something just to kind of.
You want to do it? You want to do something every day?
Well, I don't know, maybe.
All right.
But I mean, it doesn't have to be once a week. You could do it twice or 3 times a week too. Or something.
I'm game. If I'm invited, I'm game.
All right. Yeah, we'll look into this.
Well, I mean, what are you guys? What's your guys' schedule? Because for me, if we were to do that, like I'm drawing almost like most of the night, so for me it might be better to actually do it when my wife is already sleeping. So then, like, I don't have to,
neglect her.
I don't have to neglect her, yeah, and then and she can sleep But it's just,
Yeah,
my wife and the puppy are sleeping, then it might be better productive-wise for me to do these things.
Yeah, because I'm sort of a night owl, but I like not like too late though, because I still have to work in the morning. So
I forgot.
if it goes, if you start at like 10 and go till like 11 or 12, I could do that. But
See, that's
still out there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to adjust my schedule and do things at night, but I know that's really late for Jeremy. To me, it's not too late.
We'll figure
for
it
where
out.
I'd like to be, anyways. So, do we announce who we're going to draw next week, or do we know?
I have no idea. What do you want to do?
Magpie and Moira McTaggart.
All right, tune in next week for Magpie and Moira McTaggart.
I can't think of who Magpie is. I'm gonna look it up.
It's an '80s Batman villain.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, did you ever read that issue of that Man of Steel miniseries that John Byrne did?
I don't think so.
All right, because
I should have though.
she was the villain that Superman and Batman took on.
I'm seeing pictures of her.
Well, what do you think of her?
Oh wow!
Oh yeah,
Oh, she looked better back in the day.
yeah, you like her, don't you?
She's wild.
We should do a Magpie challenge. Like, who can update her and make her look hot?
I don't think anyone could do better than her. I don't know what year this was, but she's got Batman issue 401.
I think that was her first appearance.
She's feisty. I like her.
Nice. All right, we're doing Magpie.
Looks like it's done. Finally, my dream comes true. Drawing Magpie.
I'm not changing her outfit from Batman 401. That's perfection right there.
Someone's in love.
Yeah. Her hair is really wild. I'm looking her up here.
All right, it's settled. We're doing Magpie.
Oh, wow. Some people have had some interesting takes on her.
And on that note, we are ending this. Bye.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.